So do you want to work us through the grounding, or do you want me to just do that to connect us?
Yeah, do you want to do that? Since you might have a better idea about the Kabbalah Tree of Life one.
Yeah. So basically, like, I don't really like work typically with the Kabbalah Tree of Life, but I have been told that I need to start like working with the Tree of Life. And so then earlier today, like I was telling you guys, I started channeling the Tree of Life, and I say she, but of course, you know, he, she, analogy is, you know, that we're all, and that was part of the message too, is that we are all one. And it was interesting because at the end, she was saying to remember to ask permission. So as we're doing these, as we're doing the healings, like for the different chakras, that we are going to ask permission before we do that. So, and then connecting in with the divine. But then she also said to connect in with the Tree of Life, and then made a reference to the Kabbalah. So again, it's in my awareness, but I mean, I've never really worked with it. So I actually just pulled up something as a reference so that I can just kind of look through it. But, and it's related to the body and the meridians, and there's a central meridian, and then there's, you know, 3 side meridians, and then they kind of, you know, they kind of like do the Kundalini zigzag through. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, and now because I think I'm going to go backwards, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because there's the 10 locations, and I'm just literally going to just walk us through just a quick breath exercise. So first giving, asking the divine to protect us with white light. I always work with 2 columns of white light, so I'm going to ask them to go ahead and circle us now. So these columns kind of go around us like this, outside of us. And because we're in the quantum, we're all in the same field, even though we're just a Zoom call. So going ahead and imagining that you've got roots out the bottom of your feet, and then also opening up the top of your crown, and that's opening far and wide for branches. And then I'm going to go ahead and ask you to connect with your earth star chakra, or it's known as the Malkuth. So number 10, which is related to the kingdom. So go ahead and imagine that circling and spinning, opening, connecting in with your roots. And then we're going to move up to Yesod. And forgive me, anyone watching in the future, where my pronunciations may be incorrect. And this is for foundation. So we're just going to spin, open, clear, connect. Take a breath in and breathe out. Moving to Hod, splendor. Spinning, opening, clearing, connecting. To 7, Zach, not sure how to say that.
And where's the 7th one?
And the 7 is on the left side of the body. It's the lowest one on the left side. There's 3 on the right, 3 on the left, and it's on the, in relationship on the right side of the body, like at the hip. And this is for victory. And the earlier one, the Yesod, number 9, would have been in the what you would associate with the sacral. And the Hod, number 8, would have been where you associate with the right hip. And then Netzach, the one we're spinning now and connecting, is the 7th. I'm just going to call it chakra. I don't know what else to call it. Force, life force. There you go. Life force energy of victory. So we're going to spin that, clear that, connect it. And I'm using white light, divine light from God, source, as I'm doing this. And then moving backwards still to number 6. This is in the center of where you would consider heart space. And it's Tifereth, Tiphereth, Tifereth. And that's beauty. So, and I'm actually feeling that energy in my sacral as I'm talking about this connection. So take a breath and release it. And then number 5, Geburah. And number 5, Geburah, would be where you would imagine your across your chest area, so still in the heart space on the right side of the body. And this is justice, spinning, opening, and clearing that with white light, connecting us. And then moving on to chesed, that's Chesed. So if I'm saying it incorrectly, chesed. And this is mercy, and that's on the left side of the body. And then moving up to the Urbina, which is intelligence. This is number 3. And this is on the right side of the body, about where the, below your ears, but across maybe equal to where your mouth is where this connects. And then moving you and connecting you, spinning this white light in your Shakma, which is wisdom, connecting to number 2, the Shakma. Breathe in and breathe out. As I feel this energy moving. And then moving up to number 1, the crown, the Kether, spinning, open, clearing, connecting us in with white light. And then there's a space kind of in the throat area, like below the throat, above the heart, the high heart, is the Da'ath. You would consider it your golden chakra.
Mm.
And just imagine that spinning, opening, and clearing with white light. And so the pattern is these meridians interconnect with each other, and then they kind of spin down like the Kundalini. And so now they're all connected. That white light coming in from the crown, coming in through the top of your head, zipping and zapping through all of the interconnections, opening, clearing your meridians, allowing that breath to be breathed into your cellular structure as we connect in Gaia, and then asking her permission to connect in so that we may do this work, thanking her for her assistance, sending her love and light and appreciation for her allowing us to not just do this work, send the healing and working with clearing, but also allowing her to assist us with transmuting the energy as it changes. And then I'd like to go ahead and ask you to take one more deep breath and then hold it into your core, in your heart space for the count of 5, and then we'll release, and then I'll let Sarah take it over from there. Do this now. Take in your breath, hold for 5, and we have permission to do this work. You may begin.
All right. So happy to be here with you guys, you lovely ladies. The information that is coming through is there's so many more here with us that are from the etheric realm that are participating and assisting us right now. It's really exciting, and thank you for that. That was a really wonderful, opening, and that was great.
You're very welcome. Thank you to the originator of that, who they credit to Raziel.
Wow.
That's right. That's amazing. Yeah. It's neat because it was more than just your regular, the 7 chakras that come up, the energy centers right in the middle, so it's like you say, the meridians going here and there, and that's really fitting for what we're doing too. The majority of the reason we're gathering here is obviously, as we know, we've done so much preliminary work to allow this to even be possible in the first place. So many healings and clearings already, and different instances where we gathered, or different separate groups gathered, and then obviously we've came here into this time-space reality to be together. To enter the human experience so that we could enter into the forgetfulness, and then to be remember again, and to remember who we are and what we came here to do. And so we already created this situation to happen, right? Because we know time. Nothing I'm saying is any like mystery to any you or anybody I think who's watching. Really, it's just I'm speaking it out loud, and it's time to speak the truth. And so that's kind of what I'm bringing these things forward, and it's just time to speak it out loud. And, if you guys want to say something or just please interrupt me. And, I'm just gonna start in on what I feel called to do. I did wake up in the middle of the night again, like 3 a.m, and I had this really strong urge some things I needed to talk about. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to, but I think that's part of it. So we'll do that. But I think what I want to start with is I'll start with just in the very beginning, right? We were just pure. We come from a pure love consciousness space. Right. So since we are pure love and this reality is pure love, it really, truly is. And sometimes we really know that. Right. And maybe a lot of you can be in that space all the time and in that knowing all of the time. Especially in the last couple of years, it's been a little bit tricky to do that, but I'm here to remind everybody that this is a pure love space. Okay, that has been usurped by other beings that came here they wanted to mine and take over and go inside Mother Earth and take the things that they wanted from her and use us as a food source and all that kind of thing. So and that's over. It really is over. So that's exciting, but it's just a matter of this 3D reality having to work itself out and us gathering to help it along. And so to anybody who's watching, it's just, I would like you to use your imagination. And as I'm speaking or anyone else is speaking, it's just, please use your imagination to help create what we're talking about and to help create the truth, because that's really important to remember that our imagination is a muscle, just like any muscle. So that's really exciting that we can continue this work. So anyway, okay, so we have the star, the one triangle, right? And then we have the bottom triangle. Okay, so there's the two. So what's happened is this triangle, there's a thing called the man-child. So they took the triangle, and then it's an unending line that goes into another triangle, inside of another tiny triangle, inside of another one, and on and on and on into eternity, into sort of like a black hole. Okay, so that's one triangle, and that they've usurped this to humanity's energy and Mother Earth's divine energy to keep us bound. So that's one triangle, and then it's going down into infinity. And then there's the other triangle going the other opposite direction, placed on top of it. And then that also has an eternal triangle going round and round and round and round, all the way down to infinity. So if you can imagine what's happening is these two triangles are on top of each other. And so then these are both laid upon the planet. Okay. And they're also, and then that's the earth, that's the circle. Okay. And so that in itself is very binding. It's an extremely binding, kind of cryptic situation that's happening, because any energy that is brought up, like the energy of the power of love or anything like that, right? It's completely just taken. So they take our energy as loosh, like loosh farming. Okay. And things like that. So basically, there's the circle and then the two triangles. Okay. And then, so that's something that we want to actually clear for the intents and purposes of clearing Mother Earth. And then what you can imagine is, so there's that symbol, but then there's the ley lines. And thank you, Dino, for doing your work. So every single one of the chakra points around the planet have different chakra points for Mother Earth. And so what they had done is these dark beings from who actually have found out that they do worship the Black Sun, okay, and Aldebaran, and they've usurped that kind of star system. And it's a whole other thing that they're doing. And so these entities that started back in the 1200s. So these beings think that they're worshiping Jesus, and they think they're worshiping another female goddess who was the daughter of Isis. and Set, which we know God, Isis was the great, a fractal of the Great Divine Mother. So that is completely false, right? Is that your understanding of Isis?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Wow.
So it's a fractal of the Divine Mother.
The fractal of the Great Divine Mother.
Yeah.
Mother Sophia. So they took Jesus, who's Yeshua ben Joseph. So they took Jesus, and then there's this woman they call a Germanic goddess back from the 1200s, and they called her Isais. And I think they usurped her. They think that that's who it was. So you can imagine these entities, okay, who worship the Black Sun, and they have their own particular society. VRIL is the name, and they make an image of Baphomet, BAPHOMET. Okay, and what that is, it's kind of a tall thing that you hold and has a base. And they do their cult worship around that. And they have the two entities of the divine masculine and the divine feminine right next to each other on the same point. And then what they're doing is they take this black sun from the star system of the constellation in Taurus, and they use a crystal. So they're using a amethyst and then a black crystal, which is the black stone. And then they're using the energy of Venus as a mirror. And then they're taking that energy down and into the earth. I'm getting really hot and sweaty now. This is really important that I'm speaking about this. A lot of backlash, and I'm speaking truth, and I'm calling them out right now. I'm going to call out all the darkness of usurping the Great Divine Mother's energy, which is the chakra points on the planet right now, the dragons to go around, and specifically swarming around the ley lines and the points and releasing those. We're plucking them off right now of all of the ley lines of the points around the planet and completely releasing. I call it for no more. It's done. It is done. We know I release Mother Earth from the Aldebaran, from these Black Sun, from the entities of Baphomet. It is done. Absolutely and completely. And so it is. Aho, in the name of Yeshua ben Joseph, holding the Holy Cross. Behold the Holy Cross given to me by Jesus himself. Behold the Holy Cross. For those who prove unfaithful to themselves, prove faithful to the cross by the power of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. And so, okay, I just had to say that out loud because, some of the interference. So, okay, so we're releasing this centuries old cult and then so what they did is they took the Star of David, okay, around the circle of the earth, and then they got the ley lines. Okay, so then they have the ley lines. It's kind of like, it looked to me when I looked at it energetically in meditation, you see the earth in surround circle, right? And it has all these little bubbles. It looked like a netting over the top. And it's sit down and knitted down into every single ley line, right? The ley lines of the 7 chakras go over the planet. So that's 7 of them, right? But then there's all of the other ones. So it's like a knitted fabric of this round thing. And they're all pointed down, again, down, down, down across the entire planet. Can you guys picture what I'm saying?
What I saw today was like a fishing net where there's knots, like when you make a net the old-fashioned way, and there's a knot in between each one. Then you go to the next one, you tie a knot. That's what I saw, and they were starting to come loose.
Wow. What do you see, Wendy?
I actually have heard, because I've been working with Mother Spider energy, and she weaves a silver web of thread. And I've been working with her to do some earth healing work and creating the new energy for the Lemurian, the golden era of Lemuria. But while you were talking and when you were using your cross and the symbology of it, I could hear Mother Spider telepathically is how I will communicate as I'm channeling. But I heard her connect with me and say that she would be weaving her web as we remove these dark symbols and put them upright place them back in properly, and then she will weave her silver thread to lock it. So
that's beautiful. What you're saying is she's going to enlist all of the spiders on the whole planet. So this is going really deep. And it also, so then I just am going to ask the root system on the planet of the tree of life, and also all of the trees of the tree system to work with the spiders together to making clear, to holding the beautiful sacred earth and the geometry back to where it's supposed to be. What were you going to say, Dino?
I'm trying to think of the right words. As you were saying, as you were talking and saying the, gone, I saw Merlin.
Oh,
Merlin was with us. And he was, and Merlin's usually kind of cranky when I'm with him. And he wasn't as cranky as usual. He was actually somewhat pleased. It was a happy thing. So that right there was pretty cool. Wow. I can't wait to hear from Phil on that comment. But no, seriously, Merlin was with us. And I still have goosebumps over it.
Wow. Yep.
So we had the inner kingdom with us too.
Thank you. The inner kingdom of the fairies and the magical realm. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome.
My group.
Thank you.
Right? And blessings. And it's interesting too with the Merlin energy. So I've reconnected with you would call it a white witch of a past life that we've since rebranded ourselves.
Yeah.
And and now we
Christ consciousness now. So you rebranded yourself.
And so so we rebranded ourselves as the because there's several of us that are like this group, but it's now the Weavers of the Silver Ray Magic Creator. And so so while we were working with that energy, it's we've also had the Royal White Spider come through.
Wow.
And so it was her sister that came through and taught spells. And so this is just this amazing connection and energy that's happening, and it's all combining that I'm literally what is Tuesday was this conversation, and now here we are Wednesday doing this, and then an hour before we started working on this, I was channeling the Tree of Life, so giving us insight and information on what we're doing. So it's almost like such divine timing that it's so on the spot. I mean, it's almost like it happened so that nobody else so the dark wouldn't get a clue as to what was happening.
Yeah. So we're
each working with different groups, and then we come together, and then here we are doing this. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So all of the beautiful spider families, thank you so much for what you're doing. And we honor the past lifetimes where we worked together and we were doing the paganism in the past lifetimes. I honor that you had that experience. And I also honor that I'm just going to reiterate, this is not a coven right now, but we are united in Christ consciousness. Mm-hmm. And so we welcome this interaction because we know the lifetimes that we have are stored in our DNA and our soul memory, right? So,
yeah. Well, another thing too, Wendy, Sarah knows, today also I called upon all the dragon entities and asked for them I invited the whole dragon collective to come and protect us and the work that we're doing, and ask for their assistance and protection, because they also want to see this all happen too.
Yes.
That's very true. We just connected with the dragon Gwen. And White Dragon of the North has been coming through for me. The Golden Dragon clan, the Silver Dragons. The dragons have been they're just call on us. We are here to help you. So
mine's the Earth dragons.
Of course.
Yeah, the Earth Dragon. Absolutely. So we're calling out, so we're reclaiming the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Okay. And by releasing the great divine mother and the great divine father, which is, so Isis' daughter, okay, and Yeshua ben Joseph. So, and because we know that Jesus, there was no name of Jesus back in his day. We know his name was Yeshua. So we know him as Jesus, so that's fine. But when I say Yeshua, that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so we're releasing him, and we're releasing Isis' daughter, which is really the goddess of light. And so we're releasing the divine masculine and divine feminine, and all of the eons and eons of time that these entities or beings have been used for the Black Sun, who are in charge of this deep state whole entire thing that's been happening ever since many, many eons ago. Okay, so we're releasing the great divine mother, the great divine father, from servitude to these dark ones when they had power over others, and they're doing sacrifices and doing bloodletting and drinking blood and et cetera, on and on. So I'm just speaking truth right now. I'm just letting that settle in, because I'm feeling the vibration of the truth being spoken out right now. And our hearts are united. I'm getting shivers all over my body right now, because this is, it's time. It's time for us to have come forward in our lifetimes, to have come this far and to speak the truth about this. And so we call now as the divine beings of light with the authority of personal sovereignty for a final clearing of this ancient sect, of this ancient cult, and to be released the matrix off of the planet. Okay, so because we know that the matrix is it's a dumbing down of us beautiful love beings, and the love vibration that is, this original planet was made from pure love. So then these beings and other beings, right, came from off planet and came here for their intention and purposes of power over others. Okay, and then they made the matrix system. Well, guess how they made the matrix system? We can guess, because we've already talked about it. Right? It's the ley lines with the net that you saw with the Star of David, and then the circle around it. Okay. And then they go in and in and in with the triangle going all the way to infinity. And they do one on top of the other and lock it down. And then they put the ley lines on top over. Okay. So this is just, it's like it was a vicious cycle of a wheel of servitude and power over others and debt slavery to the money system. And this is all over now. And I'm speaking truth right now. I'm speaking it out loud that it is over. And I say this in Christ consciousness. That's right. And I say this in Christ consciousness because I'm remembering who I am as Goldie. I've come here to this planet to do this work right now. And it's my love for Mother Earth and for the people. And I love my humanity. I love my people so much. And so it makes me cry because I love them so much. And that's my power. My tears are my strength. It's my beautiful golden heart. I'm so happy to do this work. So, and what's happening is this has been combined. So the binding and the controlling of the false matrix grid system on the grid and the ley lines. So with the 7 and chakras have been locked in place. And so we're calling for these to be cleared right now. And we see them as cleared. I want us to close our eyes. And I'm seeing the dragons and everybody, all the magical creatures are they are releasing them. They're breathing fire on where the ley lines, and it's just, right? It's completely, they're lifting off. Do you guys see that? Let's close our eyes. And if we have any insights or just a feeling, if you see whatever it is, just let your imagination take over.
Yes, I have the energy of it moving through me. So as the first way that I feel energy is through my body physically. So when you were saying that you were starting to feel tears, I at the same time was starting to feel a very strong energy flow through me with that release as it started to come through. So, and then there's a lot, I'd like to say, bound within my, if you would imagine, like the weight of it is on your back, kind of like the monkey on your back. And so as the clearing's going, I'm feeling the weight of it the collective, from our beautiful collective of humanity as human beings, being released from this. The binding is unraveling. And of course, the magic that I work with, earth magic, with being, Archangel Raziel, it's kind of like one of my fortes is to unbind the knots and then alchemize them into something different and then reuse it for positive energy. So that's what we'll be doing here after we get the unbinding and the clearing done. We'll change the energy and transmute it.
It's amazing.
What I'm seeing, I'm feeling it more than I'm seeing it. But I'm feeling the whole earth is in this. My heart chakra around the whole planet is just this big, warm, hot. I mean, it's working.
The hot is probably that you're feeling is. I've recently been told to start working with my I was a volcano priestess in a past life, and I've been told to, in this time and age, in the now, recall and reuse the volcanic fire. And so when we were kind of doing our working through the different chakra zones, I was pulling in that energy when I connected into Earth, to Gaia, and as Gaia is allowing that energy to. So hopefully it's not too hot because I'm, again, just now relearning to use this energy. But they keep giving me, one more tool in my tool bag to connect in and use.
Yep.
So
I'm feeling Pele, the volcanic.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. It's Pele,
and
giving me this volcanic fire.
Yes, and she's going to be there to work with us when we are doing the work that we're going to be in Mount Shasta in September.
Okay.
She has told us to call on her, and that she will be one of the main goddesses supporting us in that work as the sisters come together.
Okay, so that's what I'm feeling, big time.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I'm doing work and my feet are burning.
Yeah, it's growing.
I must be the one moving the energy because I'm not feeling the burn right now. So it is.
Oh, moving. I'm feeling it, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like
me too. Yeah,
3 feet away from bigger than my body.
Yeah.
So it's working.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, definitely all the volcanoes and the lava in the earth. Is that what I'm feeling? It's the lava inside the
lava
earth doing her work. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
because
a good thing, right?
It's fluid in its movement. It's not stagnant.
No.
It's a perpetual flow.
Regeneration is what I'm seeing.
So amazing.
I'm seeing I say the golden dragon, so I don't know if it's the queen, but she keeps flying by me and winking her eye at me. like I'm just seeing her eye. That's all I see is her eye, but she winks it at me, like she's kind of like, yeah, we're doing this work together.
Approval.
That's awesome.
This is going to seem really weird, but my lungs are clear from this heat. Maybe that's just something I needed to do for a different reason. This is a bonus for me.
Yeah, that's
wow. Don't fight the heat. Thank you, God.
I wanted to tell you earlier, Dina, when you were giving me that message that you were going to get a healing during this session. I say session, but the triad of us working together. Yeah. But I also, it was kind of like, shh, don't say anything, so that you could experience it. So I didn't pipe up about it, but I did hear that when you were.
Wow, isn't that amazing?
When I was asking you, if you don't mind sharing the details, when I was saying I had already heard that, and so that's why I was asking about it.
Wow. Well, thank you. Well, my dragon's name is Esmeralda, and recently she had an upgrade, and she, and I told her she needed to stay with Goldie for a while because Goldie she needed extra protection, and it's funny now I'm getting an upgrade. It's just,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
we're all in this together. We truly, truly are. There are no coincidences.
That's right.
Oh, ladies, I am just so grateful to be a part of this
Oh,
whole
me
thing.
too. Me too. I'm so glad you're,
Oh,
you know,
You
I'm
sound
so glad.
you
Yeah.
sound so much better. I mean,
I know. I mean, there's no pain. I'm not, it's just, it was spontaneous. This hot boiling heat like lava. And then all of a sudden, Pele, she smiled at me and then it was gone. Oh, and I did this for
Wow.
Mother Gaia, and now I got something from it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
yeah.
so
Absolutely.
grateful.
Thank you,
Oh,
everyone. And I want to
oh,
also state and claim right now that I'm going to reclaim this stone. So it's a black stone I think it's a black crystal with amethyst.
oh,
And this
oh,
black stone, I'm gonna release this black stone right now. I'm gonna ask the magical creatures to come forward and help release this black stone. I'm getting shivers all over my body right now. This stone has been very upset at having to be used in this way.
Rainbow unicorns are saying that they are running in to assist.
oh, I
Thank
just
you
saw the
very
same
much.
thing. Oh, the
We're going to
unicorns.
release her and all of, so they're, okay, so it's not only this mother, it's a mother stone, right, that they've been using ever since the,
Oh,
whatever.
abused, poor thing.
There are many all over the planet. So I don't know how that's possible, but they've taken them and then okay, so they're setting them on the ley lines. I see that. They're setting them on the ley lines and they have these sects all over the world. And so that's how they're managing the sacred geometry symbols that are also in the planet, in the buildings, and the way they set up towns in the very beginning with this crystal. And so I'm going to just call for a cleansing of this crystal. Yes. Ask the dragons and Pele to come through and Mother Gaia to step forward right now and reclaim her crystal and all of the crystals. And then the crystals themselves have something to say. They're a little bit in shock. I didn't know crystals could speak, but of course, why not? I mean, everything has a soul, right?
They can.
So they're just really tired of being usurped as well, to having the connection to Taurus and this whole Aldebaran and the Black Sun and all of this, the usurpation. And so we're just calling for a clearing of this right now.
I'm going to call in raw energy for the true sun, the true central sun. I'm calling that in now.
Yep.
And they will see the difference immediately. And then the dragon fire, the violet flame will be used.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mother Spider will be weaving right behind the clearing to put the new energy in and protect.
Beautiful. So is that reintroducing? Okay, we're giving soul fragments back and giving a voice to the crystals. So they're returning them with and flushing them with unconditional love and violet flame right now throughout and all these beautiful amethyst and black stone, black crystal. And returning the power and the strength that have been taken from them for so many eons of time. And they have a willfulness to want to heal now. So we're giving that back now. I'm just being a channel because I'm not giving it to them myself. I'm just speaking truth out loud. And we're all of us speaking truth so that this can happen. It had to be, okay, I'm hearing something. I don't hear things. It's a feeling and a knowing. I have a knowing that it had to be beings like us, okay, from the origination of where we originate from.
It's telepathic channeling that you're connecting into.
That's right.
That's what you're doing. That's why that's why it's not audible, but it's telepathic. So you're hearing it. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's right. And so what it is we had to volunteer. It was the free will volition of our own heart when we're in the intermissive we had to choose to volunteer to come here. So this was a choice. We didn't have the karma. We accrued karma after coming, right? For so many lifetimes and stuff, but we didn't have to come here. So we chose to come here like many, right? Like, I suppose all of us in some ways have chose to come here, but I'm trying to say that the reason why we're able to do this work right now, especially, is because somebody had to volunteer. That was
free will.
it was the free will. And that was our creator, source creator, Father, Mother, God said, well, I can't really help you. I can only do so much. You're my children. You need to go forward and do it yourself. I need somebody to volunteer to do it, to stand up as a human, to go through the human experience, and then come back around and come and stand in front of me and my divinity, which is you, which is me, which is us, because we're all one. So we're returning to the oneness.
We're clearing so what's happening, the coughing that I'm getting is kind of like entity release. So it's like it's getting their voice back.
Yeah.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm being directed that we need to go to Mother Gaia's, the throat chakra. And off that list that was provided to us, I don't recall what the throat chakra was.
I want to say Canterbury, but I'm not sure.
I'm going to grab my phone cord. I'll be right back.
Can you check? Okay. Oh, man. Those crystals are just so amazed right now. And they just are like, beyond, there's no words, just the feeling of joy.
I'm hearing Glastonbury. I am the energy of Glastonbury. Thanking you for your work. Thanking you for your clearing. And this being is moving a lot of energy on our behalf. And we are thankful for your work and for her work as she struggles through this. What is Glastonbury? Oh, Glastonbury, it says, is the heart chakra.
Oh,
okay.
Heart.
And Pele, you pulled in Hawaii, again, heart chakra. So apparently we were doing heart chakra stuff. And the throat chakra. So now we need to focus on the Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, Mount Sinai in Egypt, and Mount Olives in Jerusalem.
I just wanted to say something while I had it in my head, it came through. Amethyst is a protection stone. Can you imagine how that poor amethyst, for as long as this has been, it's been counterproductive to their nature to be held to do work. It wasn't the opposite of what they're made to do.
Yes. Now they're feeling, now that they're free, they're kind of a little bit pissed.
Oh, yeah. Joy at first to be released.
I had an amethyst that I, like right before we were working, I went and got my crystal to work with. And then I heard this one like say, work with me. And then, but I left it and I was like, no, I just needed this. Like in my, so my ego mind, right? Instead of listening with my heart, I got my ego in the way. And so now it's like, okay, sorry, I didn't get you.
Didn't listen to you. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry.
I have a little amethyst. I have a little one. Can you guys see it? It's just a little bitty one. I take it every day. I put it in my pocket. I love it. I'm so glad.
Well, my room's surrounded with them. But I just was thinking my whole life I've, had to not be my real self. I had to hold me in secret. Well, I can understand now how poor Amethyst has felt. The release. She can be herself now. And then the Blackstone, it's like the Blackstone doesn't know who the Blackstone is either. So now they are able to be who they are. I'm just, that's
right. And so this is beautiful. Thank you for saying that, because what's happening, what you're saying is that it's not only a release. So these crystals have been binding the earth and all of her people and Mother Earth and all of her people. Right, with the ley lines and it locking it down. So now that those are being released, and thank you for everyone who's involved right now, all the magical beings, every single being.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of off-planet
virtual
galactic. Right. And this is multiverse. This is a multiverse layer. I'm going to just say that right now. This is the truth of what we're doing. It's that big. So that's without ego. This is just truth. I'm speaking truth. And what you're feeling, Dino, is you're feeling the release of all of the peoples. Yeah. So this is very exciting. And I'm glad you're feeling it even release off of you. So,
but that's how I was relieving how the stones feel. That's how I could relate to it.
Right. And Wendy, are you feeling something specific from the throat chakra? I'm seeing that with these chakras, there's a symbol that's been put upon the throat chakra. It may be the swastika is one of the symbols that I wanted to talk about. So is there a swastika that was, you know how it's reversed because the native peoples, the First Nation peoples, it's actually a benefic, blessed symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
what do you think, Wendy?
It's usually used for protection and blessing. So they've again taken this sacred symbol and inverted it, so to speak.
Right. So that's what we're doing, is we're clearing the Fourth Reich's domination on this planet, which is a pandemic, which is a planned genocide, which is failing. So I'm just speaking that out right now. I'm speaking that out loud right now. And so they usurped this symbol and took it as their own. And we know who was involved with that in the beginning, okay, with Hitler, et cetera, and may even have been before him. So I'm going to just ask for the re-inverting of the way that it's supposed to. It's almost like it got flipped and turned around backwards. So I'm just going to ask for it to be placed right around where it's supposed to be right now. Across all time, space, matter, voids, and eternity, across the 333, the 444, the 555, the 666, the 777, the 888, the 999, the 101010, the 1111, the 121212, and calling forth for this to go forth across the kinetic, epikinetic, interstellar, intersolar, interlunar, interpolar, across all time, space, matter, voids, and the eternity, across the realms, realities, parallel worlds, universes, dimensions. And this goes for all of the symbols, all of the ones we're going to talk about tonight. Every single one. And I'm going to cry again because this is a huge release. And I'm so happy.
This is huge.
So happy I'm feeling this.
As a matter of fact, my heart feels like it's been stabbed, so to speak. It's not it's a sharp pain that's happening. Yeah. It's just the pressure of like the release. So this is just how I feel energy, and I'm used to it. So don't be alarmed because I talked about my heart being stabbed. It's just how I feel energy. And in the meantime, my back is like it's in a vice. Like all my muscles are tight. So. But it's all in my back. So it's almost like the back of the heart chakra as I'm connecting into Gaia's energy. It's kind of like it was hidden. Like many have gone to heal the front of her heart, but they haven't gone to the back of her heart. And so this is like a release for the back of the heart.
Oh, okay. So it looks like your wings, Wendy, there was a harness around them or something. Is that maybe for everybody? Releasing the wingspan because we are actually angels, aren't we? Yes. All of us humans. Yeah. Do you think?
I think we are.
Yes.
Okay. So angels, this is really exciting.
We call it angel school.
Yeah, angel school. Do you feel that the swastika has turned back around and now it's not really supposed to be called that? It has another name.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know the name of the correct symbol either.
The correct one. So that feels like it's cleared. What about you, Dino? Do you see that's cleared too?
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. And then as far as you said, let's see. For the heart chakra, did you say it was Glastonbury? Or no, wait, the throat chakra. You wanted to talk about that.
Yeah. So the throat chakra. Throat chakra is the pyramid pyramid of Giza. Mount Sinai,
and Jerusalem,
Egypt, and Egypt. So there's several. Giza, Egypt, Mount Sinai, Egypt. I don't know if it's twice or it's a location. Giza and Egypt.
They're both in Egypt,
Mount Olives, Jerusalem, Israel. Oh, this is Okay, so now I'm feeling this in the back of my neck. That just like hit me. Bam. So just saying it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to breathe through this, but you guys go on.
Okay, so what I'm seeing right now is we're going to call for the releasing of the pyramid. So they have used this symbol, beings who do not have mankind's best interest at heart. Okay, let me just put it that way. Mm-hmm. All right, you can fill in the blank. So the symbol of the pyramid with the eye over the top, that's on the dollar bill. That's on, I'm sure it's many places have been using this pyramid And so we're going to ask for the reclamation of the pyramid and all of this beautiful throat chakra right now, for the clearing of the throat chakra of the planet of Mother Earth and all of her children, which is us. Absolutely. We call for the clearing.
Sending in it's a volcanic wave. It's a wave, as you can imagine. It's slamming into the water and the oceans, a wave coming through. So you're going to feel a lot of heat with this clearing.
I'm feeling it too. And so we know the clearing of the waters. So we're not only are we clearing of the waters and the beautiful ocean beings, the mer family, the whales, the dolphins, the fishes, every single mer families and all of their colonies inside the waters of the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the oceans, every single body of water on the planet is 75% water. So we're calling for the clearing of all of the cells in all of Mother Gaia's body and all of our bodies as well. So I'm just speaking this truth right now as we're all centering our intention with love, with Christ consciousness, clearing this in, reclaiming with the divinity of our sovereignty, of our free will volition of our own hearts, calling forth this beautiful freeing right now on this beautiful planet of our beautiful mother and all of us and all of the animals as well, every life form on the planet and in the interdimensional realms that had to free and they had to disappear and they had to go into another reality. Our beautiful magical family, because they were scared, because they were being killed. So I'm saying, I'm sorry that happened to you. It wasn't me, but it happened. And you can be safe to come forward now when you're ready.
Yes.
And we love you so much.
And the beings that went inside the planet can come out to the top soil now.
Yes. That's right. And then there's the oceans. There's oceans inside the planet?
Yes.
Okay. So the colonies and because the tunnels have been cleared, are still continuing to be cleared. And so we can reclaim, and the gnomes and the beautiful magical beings that live in all of the many portals and realms that are inside the planet. Yes. And so.
Ouch.
This is beautiful. And so we're also recognizing that as the water, the healing waters is coming through, and we're intentionally asking for all of this. There's so much going on right now. It's so beautiful. It's just such an amazing clearing. And it's just like they just needed us to sort of like say, okay, we're doing this. It's go time, right, Dina and Wendy? I mean, it's like, we're doing this. And so we're just sort of holding the door open for everybody to just go in and continue to doing their work. They needed the humans to volunteer to come in to just say, we're doing this now. And then they can they're taking over to the spider family and the trees, and all of the roots and just.
Yes, and the beings of the ocean as well, the whales, the dolphins, the turtles, the fish.
Okay, and they've got the sonar rays. Okay, so that's the next part is reclaiming the sonar frequency waves. Okay, that these dark beings have decided. What they did is they've been putting sonar frequency by creating holograms. Okay, so they put the ley line system down on the earth with these inverted sacred geometry, and then they created these towns and cities and entire populations built upon the sacred geometries, which is their city governmental buildings, like the Pentagon, which is actually a pentagon, which is a 5-sided figure, right? And then they created the base of our country, the seat, based on a sacred geometry symbol. So we're releasing the 5-sided pentagon, and that goes for every city on the entire planet. from the very beginning, because they created these cities based upon the black magic, black sun, usurping Mother Earth's Gaia's energy. So I'm speaking this out loud. I'm being called to speak these things out for the truth. And so I'm going back now to how this was done, because I'm telling you right now, nobody wants me to speak these out loud except for the beings of the light. I'm getting a lot of interference to try to keep my mouth shut. Well, guess what? I'm going to speak it out loud right now. And so it is. Thank you very much. That's right. So I'm going to keep speaking out loud.
That's right.
That's right. So I'm going to speak out loud. So, okay. So that's what happened. So with the cities, okay, then they create holograms. So they're creating holograms with a sonar frequency to make us have a different to choose. No, it's not even a choice at this point. They're with the hologram that they're creating with the sonar frequency. Now they've got us brain controlled. So it's like we had a cap put on our brain, right? Okay. And then with the sonar frequency, then now we're believing a lie. We're believing lies that we think is the truth, which is a hologram, which is how they gotten away with this for so long. So it's over now. We're releasing the hologram. We're calling it out. We're calling out the truth right now.
So as you were releasing the hologram, my ear started to vibrate, and kind of like when you're going up a mountain and you're or in an airplane and you're going up, and as you go up, and then all of a sudden your ears start to feel like it's stuffed up, and then it fluttered, and then it went away. It didn't like sit like it was blocked, but so to me, again, physically feeling the clearing that's happening as you're speaking the truth. So
wow,
it's that affirmation.
Thank you.
Sensation.
So this is what's been happening. So and then thank you for saying that about the whales and the dolphins, because they're coming in with their sacred sonar waves. So as we're calling for the releasing of this hologram with this sonar technology that they put upon our computerized brain system to believe a lie, to believe a false reality. Okay, so that's fizzling out. Right now, it's being cleared out as we speak because of the willfulness of all of our hearts and all of the beings that are participating and doing this work right now.
Right.
And so the beautiful, I see that there's a bit of releasing of, it's like the caps are being taken off and the sonar frequency, and people are going to start really waking up now. So don't be alarmed if people are going to be maybe a little nervous because they don't know how to use their voice. Maybe they don't know how to use their brains, right? Because somebody's been thinking for them this whole time.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dino?
I'm very excited about it. And that's also explaining to me about the whales and the dolphins have known all along about the matrix frequencies and the sonar. That's why they've been doing the mass suicides and beaching themselves. They can't live in this false thing.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get us humans to notice something's wrong. And that are awake have known that was the problem. So, yeah, this is going to be we just made a major shift in this paradigm. I'm so excited. Yes. Thank you so much.
So excited.
They keep showing me a
octahedron.
It's the pyramid on top, pyramid on bottom.
Yeah.
But it's a diamond shape. Seeing that in a very golden light. Put it around your arc being. Imagine that you are within the
octahedron.
And spin a golden energy of source. Spin a golden energy of source. And this energy is coming in and coming in and coming in.
I see us all three inside of there. Is that what you're seeing too? Mm-hmm.
I see the outside, not the inside.
But that we're all inside of there, being protected inside. Is that what you're saying, Wendy?
Yes, that we're inside this
octahedron
within our like we're in a spaceship.
Okay.
But it's God protection energy. Of course, I say he, but it's Mother, Father, God, right? So
it's okay. I know what you mean. Maybe we need to put the planet inside there too with us. She wants to come.
Do it.
I think Mother
She
Earth.
wants to play with
let's
us.
bring her along. Yes, no one's left behind.
Going to open. We're going to multiply the ship to be the size to fully encompass Mother Gaia, bringing her in to the center with us on her.
We're releasing the sonar ray technology, which has been the inaudible mind control of the MK Ultra to have a food source. And they have mined the interior of the earth, and we're releasing this as well. And we're releasing the setup of the control base, okay, within the interior of the earth. And we're returning Earth back to her crystalline matrix, which we know she's always been that way. I mean, it was a carbon base for a while, but now she's back crystalline. And so again, with what the usurpation, with trying to make a control base on the inside of the planet of the Earth, we're returning that back to the Christed consciousness, to the oneness of where we all come from the divine golden hearts of all of us cosmic creator beings. And so because they created patterns of thought by inserting holograms onto the planet to influence generations by changing the course of the beliefs through events. So it was this complete mind control. I'm just going to, because I see it leaving, so I'm going to speak it.
They're giving me, can you tap into the, I want to say Merkaba, but it's a 12-pointed star.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing that now. Not sure what we're doing with this, why they're giving
Isn't
that to
that
me.
a Merkaba? 12-pointed?
It's it's got more than 12 points. I know what a Merkaba looks like, and it's more. It's
Yeah, okay.
more. And I don't know. I don't know geometry.
I think it's the Great Divine Mother's original energy signature. That's her symbol. Wow. Is that what you see too?
That's
the
Merkaba. Like I said, it was the Merkaba, but more points, more.
Okay. Well, that's
and
why
I called it 12 points. Maybe it's 24 points.
Maybe that's it.
Well, that's interesting because that's the 12 to 24. So, okay, we're going to reclaim the 12 to 24 strands of our original DNA structure. So maybe that's what you're seeing. It was the Merkaba right there. And we calling forth right now also for, as this is all releasing, the mind control is releasing, as we're calling forth the releasing of religiosity on the planet, which is also mind control in some instances to keep folks from thinking for themselves and banding together. So as we are seeing the original Merkaba of the 12 to 24 strands of our DNA coming back online, it never left. It never, ever, never left. It's just that this mind control has been set upon our brains, right? And here we are underneath having these magnificent God particles, God sparks within each of us. We're all cosmic creator beings, divine beings inside with a cap on, like robots, right? And so this is leaving. It's leaving us now. I just see it. Poof, it's gone. Yeah. And so we are, and I'm reclaiming our Merkaba, like you're saying, and reclaiming the latent DNA in all of our beings. And I'm calling, this is part of my prayers I say at nighttime. So I guess it's time for me to do this now, as I'm calling forth for all of the chakra systems on the planet that have been discussing and talking about in our group to be cleared right now, clearing all of these right now, the chakra systems within the planet. And I see that the ley lines have almost completely dissolved. Absolutely. And so we're calling forth for our reconstruction and reformation of all of the cells of our DNA, bringing us back to original divine blueprint, original operating system, original etheric blueprint, original operating system, divine blueprint, etheric
Genesis
blueprint.
DNA.
Ooh, thank you. Original
Genesis DNA. And they gave me the symbol of the Pentagon.
So we're returning to our original pentagon, which what's happened is one of the sacred symbols that they inverted was in the police badge. One of the satanic beings have taken the symbol of the pentagram and inverted it. Okay. So when you go inside the pentagram and you straighten the lines, you go straight on the inside, that becomes a pentagon. So what you're saying is that we're calling for the reclamation of our original operating system, and Genesis star program is the reclaiming the pentagram, which is a pentagon, like you're saying. That's the divine. And then there's another one, which is our original genetic blueprint and our quantum blueprints. And then as we're reclaiming this for the planet, for everyone on the planet, every person, being, life form, everything is, we're also claiming 100% sovereignty and control over all of our DNA strands, our 12 to 24 strands of our original DNAs, and that all of our latent DNA is coming back online. We have and so now we're able to, and many people can already do this, right? But telekinesis, teleportation, bilocation, levitation, telepathy.
The clairs.
Yes, all of the clairs. We can fly.
Oh, I want to fly.
What else?
I want to fly when I'm awake.
Right?
Yeah.
The ability to self-heal. Everybody's talking about these med beds, but we have access to it just with our intention at night. Just
yes,
for
self-healing.
So claiming back our ability to trust ourselves to be able to do all of these things that we forgot. They've taken our remembrance away, and now this is the time for the memory to come back.
Yeah, to remember all of our abilities.
So yes, that's right. Absolutely. See, that's the next step, right? Is that we call for the clearing of it. But like you say, we need to be cognizant, and then we have belief, right? We trust ourselves, like you're saying. We know it's one thing to know that we could have that, but we are part of it now. We have it now. We claim it now for ourselves, for our children, and our future generations to come.
Yes.
And, our future selves, past selves, present selves. And we're also I'm going to call for a reclaiming of television. So television is, we like our TV. We like it, but be careful what you watch. They put the thing on us, the helmet of mind control, and then they put some information in there. And so just sometimes the news isn't exactly what you might think it is. So just be aware of that, folks, when you're watching that, because that's part of the hologram of the mind control system, is the holographic non-reality with the TV. So I like TV as much as the next person, but I've chosen to watch other things instead, PBS or educational programs. I like Netflix binging. I mean, come on. It's like, so part of the releasing here of these symbols is the pentagram, this upside down star, how they've been using it in Satanism. Okay. And we know that is not how the pentagram was to be used in the first place anyway. So we're calling for releasing of this this pentagram has been used in Satanism. That is totally the opposite of the pentagram. So I'm just going to say that out loud right now. And we reclaim the pentagram as a 5-pointed star. And I just saw somebody wearing a sweatshirt yesterday, and it represented the police. She said this, and we know that the star but it had an eye over the top. So this is, again, using the symbols to represent and cause the hologram and unbelieving of false realities, just calling for the releasing of the eye above the pentagram. Now, today I also got some information that and people in Greece, they wear the eye. I don't know if you know, do you know?
To ward off evil.
Okay, now, so this is really interesting. Now, why did they choose to use the I now against ourselves? Well, hello, that is incorrect. Thank you very much. Because the I, people are wearing the actual I, right, to ward off evil. And now they're using the I on top of the dollar bill, on top of et cetera, and things like that. So I'm just calling for a reclamation of the I as the way that these people in Greece and other parts of the world wear it. I think that's a beautiful thing. Okay, so I feel that the strings are coming loose and all this beautiful work that we're doing is really incredible.
Yeah, me too. They want this movement. I mean, the movement is happening for them, and
yes.
I feel like I'm being asked to move too. And so in case, if you're watching and you're like, oh, why is she like stretching her arms and arms behind her? And what is she doing?
I've been getting that too through this whole thing.
So it's, they're kind of having me move. So it's like the energy is moving. They want me to move the energy too through my own physical movement.
Also, we're releasing the hack of the reptilian brain and the receiver transmuter system, which is our DNA. So we're releasing that because that's how they were usurping our energy with the mind control and with the holograms, with the black sun and the crystals, and releasing of all of that. So we're releasing their control over our reptilian brains. And the receiver transmitter system of our DNA, and calling for the clearing of all of the water and the mitochondria in our DNA. And we're reclaiming our mitochondria in each cell to our original operating system. And the 12 to 24 strand of DNA, star consciousness, latent DNA, teleportation, levitation, as we spoke of. So this is very powerful that we're able to do this work, because this is and I think this is good. I'm looking at if there's anything else I wanted to go over. Got the symbols that I could think of off the top of my head. There's a really powerful thing I wanted to read. It was it's something that I wrote down from Magenta Pixie. So as we know, she's just such an amazing person and author and channel herself. And so what she's talking about is that the star seeds are the Lemurian sages and Atlantean priests and priestesses with the Atlantean Codex. They put their memory into the antimatter pathway to bring in this information now. And so that's really fascinating that she's saying that we put it forward back in the past because we knew we were going to need it now and utilize it now. And she's saying you could merge your consciousness with the photonic belt, which is now in our solar system, which is what the Atlanteans didn't understand. So that's really interesting that the fall of Atlantis was they didn't understand that you can merge your consciousness and put your consciousness forward in time, Okay, and then the last thing was, okay, this is really exciting. So you will power up into your own empowerment and realize you are the full embodiment of the crystalline template priestess wizard who holds and wields the magic wand. And the photonic belt celestial grid will be a blank canvas of abundant creativity and thus the greatest gift one can receive in a human incarnate experience. The fall of Atlantis was a magical act because they sent the diamond light codes forward to us now. The DNA template will raise and diamond photonic cells will be elevated into next level of evolution to their original 12th strand. So that's a fascinating, interesting thing. I just wanted to talk about that. And it's really exciting to think that, our pineal gland is a blank canvas and it's like our camcorder operating system. So that's, I highly recommend working with Joe Dispenza and doing some work with Eliza and Andrea Lang. She has a group online learning how to specifically do meditations to activate the pineal gland to, get into the state of consciousness. So that's really fun. And just looking energetically at what the work that we've been doing. And there's a lot of beautiful, beautiful, busy beings that are just they're just so excited and they're doing the work. You guys see anything in particular you want to talk about?
Me, I'm just sort of wiped out from all the stuff we did.
Yeah.
That's the more stuff that we do, the more it kind of takes a little bit out of me.
That's all right. I understand.
No, it's a good thing. That means that's how I know it worked.
There's somebody trying to channel and connect with me, so I've been trying to breathe them in. I'm not sure who is here yet, so
Breathe away.
Feeling the energy of it, and
some light codes maybe.
Acclamation that's happening. This is packets of data for anyone listening to receive these new upgrades and downloads. As these packets of data are pulled into your heart space, you will start to release much of the coding that we have been discussing through channeled information through these beings to be able to communicate to you more fully what guidance we are trying to provide to you at this time.
Wow. Thank you. Very beautiful.
Breathe, 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 breathe this, breathe this, breathe this in. I hear the name Adonis. Adonis. We work with you together here on this mission. We support you and applaud you on your efforts. This is a high energy work and takes a strong being to do this work. We thank you for stepping forward in your volunteer state. We thank you. Many of us are here and we thank you. Call on us at any time to assist, be brought to a, as you're terming it, bed, and we will work with your acclimation to your body as you are integrating the new cellular structures, because some of you will feel it. It will make you very sleepy, tired. And I thank you. Blessings.
Thank you so much. It is my greatest honor to be of service. Absolutely. Okay, I want to show you this really great thing. So the beautiful mighty Wappos of Willa Coast lived on this land many hundreds of years ago, right? The First Nation peoples. And when I was young, I was a teenager, I found this beautiful, I call it the cosmic egg. So I found it like that in the creek, right? So I was about 12 years old or so. And we've been playing in the creek ever since we moved here. And that was 10 years we've been playing in the creek, and never it was there before. So anyway, when I'm doing work like this, I call on the cosmic egg because I feel like they want me to use it, right? In these purposes. So then I'm going to turn it over now. So then you can really see what it actually is. And this beautiful cosmic egg is so happy to be of service with us. There, can you see it now?
Oh, it's like a bowl.
It's a bowl.
Yeah.
It's a medicine bowl. So it's very old and it's a very ancient thing. And this beautiful bowl, this beautiful Wappos wanted me to use it for these purposes. So I just want you to know that they're with us, they're with us. And I use it with their permission, obviously, for this work. So it's very exciting to be able to do that and share it with you all.
Wow.
Yeah. So
before we close and we can do a blessing, but I want you guys to just, because of the work that we did, I'm just going to ask you each to remove cords. We're going to go ahead and release any cords that may have attached to us from dark energy, trying to latch on, so to speak. So we're just going to release any cords that may have been
Okay.
darts thrown at us, on their way out.
I'm going to use my crystal to cut the cords. Cutting the cords.
Yep. And then I'm just going to ask Quanon to come in and use violet flame and flame mine away.
Right. Asking my dragons as well to come in and do my work, cleaning me as well. And you too, Dino. Huh? You're as
I'm good.
They said I'm hearing they did all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And any watching that may be participating in the etheric for them as well.
I'm thinking that I feel good. I feel like we cleared a lot of the symbols that I had on my heart, and there's probably way more, but for now, I think it's a layered effect, right? So.
Yes. Plus, because the work it's high energy work, and what I'm hearing is that you can't eat the whole cake in one day. You can't do it all in one sitting. So, you could, but it's
a little hard to digest.
Your body will physically hurt if you eat the whole cake in one day. So don't eat the cake in one day.
That's right. Especially with all the free, we've healed so much and freed so much of our bodies, and freeing with the sonar rays, that's huge. And with the usurpation with the other beings, and that's over. It's just over. I see it completely cleared. And I'm just looking energetically, feeling out, extending my soul a little bit further, and looking like that clairaudience or clairsentience. And it just seems really I just see dragons and all of the beautiful the mer family and the ocean beings, and they're just doing such amazing work. It feels like they're kind of having a party, but it's more like it's really interesting. It's like there's a lot of joy, but there's a lot of shock factor going on. Because these beautiful crystals that have been I'm hearing lay in wait. They've been laying wait to be freed. And so now that they have their own voices back. Okay. So one last thing is, I'm asking for the magical creatures of these realms where these crystals are, on these ley lines where they've been hidden away, tucked away, for these layers with this part of this cult. I ask the magical creatures who want to step forward and just reclaim them right now and bring them back with you to where you feel that they need to go. Do they need to be in the bosom of our mother and the great divine mother? Do they need to go the purifying fire and be laid down inside of the lava? What do you think?
What are you saying? Because I'm hearing lava, but what are you seeing?
Actually, I was seeing the amethyst in the forest myself.
Okay.
But I didn't see anything about the black ones yet. I didn't get a visual on that. Okay. Maybe the black ones need to go in with Pele.
Well, because what it is, the black stone that they've been using all over the planet, the mother one and also all the others, it's called a black stone, and it's a combination of amethyst plus a black crystal together, and it's one particular stone. And so what I was talking about is that we're releasing those particular. It's one stone, right? But we're releasing all of those stones that have been set on altars to be used on the ley system of the planet, which has now been released. And these crystals themselves are saying, "Don't leave me here. Don't leave me behind. Like, I need to go and be with my mother. I need to go and be freed." Because there's all this celebration, but then there's the shock factor. And then I saw them that we need to give them back. So that's when I'm asking the magical creatures to go forward. Your beautiful family, friends, Dino, the leprechauns, and the beautiful magical creatures they're stepping forward to reclaim them. I feel like back to where they came from. They want to go back. So. And to be purified in the bowels of the beautiful Mother Earth, or wherever, if they need to go to a volcano or be flown to Pele, which is Haleakala crater, is one area.
Well, there's all kinds. Yeah, maybe they just all need to go back to the places they originated from. There's all different places around the earth.
So
Okay.
with all the clearing that we did, we need to send something back in. So,
Yeah.
and I'm getting the rainbow ray. I mean, I work with that a lot. So we just need to
Okay.
send that in to just like kind of fill back in the cleared locations.
Okay.
So
Nice.
if you can go ahead and pull and ask for the rainbow ray to come and join for the healing to
Okay.
fill back in. And then we can add love, mercy, kindness, joy, abundance,
Forgiveness
peace, calm, forgiveness,
and compassion. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
compassion, bringing all of these energies back into the earth
Okay. With the rainbow ray.
and with the rainbow ray. And they're saying that you guys also have some more like the words, the power of the words to add to what I already said. What have I missed?
We're calling for the reclamation, the complete solidarity of the beautiful returning to the original, to Mother Earth's original divine blueprint, original quantum blueprint of her being. And so, okay, so we're returning to the original Earth, which has been also termed Midgard, returning her back to her, oh, I'm getting shivers as I'm saying that, back to her original space when we created out of pure love before the usurpation, before the domination and the power over others, before others looked at this planet and thought, I'm going to go there. I'm going to take that and that and that. And so this was way before all of that, when we just existed here, beautiful cosmic creator beings, divine love, divine beings, all at peace. And we're bringing in this love and all that Wendy, our sister, has named, Raziel, bringing in the love. And then we have calling in the beautiful crystal clear waters, the life-giving crystal clear waters.
And now the galactic skulls are sending in their healing to connect in to assist with these crystals that were lost and
Thank
captive.
you. Mm-hmm.
They say that they've been available to do this work, but nobody has called on them.
Oh.
The galactics, or are you saying?
The galactic skulls. So the crystal skulls on Earth and the galactic skulls are the ones that began the crystal skulls on Earth, helping with that connection because they wanted a representation of themselves from the galactic on Earth. So that's why humans started to carve them, and then they realized the energy within them because the galactic skulls were putting their energy into the crystal skulls and activating them, and then bringing them the capability of also having spirit entities work within the skulls as well, typically because the crystals are high vibration. The energy that is associated with a being connecting with that crystal to give its information must also be a high vibrating being. So this is where.
This is interesting. So since you're talking about the crystal skulls, the galactics, they some of those have been usurped as well to open portals to go to other spaces and time-space realities and worlds and planets. And so we just call for a clearing of all of those, of the portals from the galactic skulls to the crystal skulls across all time, space, matter, voids, and eternity, across all dimensions, realities, parallel worlds, universes, and multiverse. Because these crystal skulls were being treated, some of them the same way, and galactic souls the same way the black stone was treated. So we're going to release those as well right now.
So I'm seeing within my vision, like fireworks, only not like how you imagine, like white flashes in the sky. It's almost like tiny, bright blue, pyramidal looking sparkles, like it's raining down. It's very interesting.
Celebratory.
Yes, they don't like being having their voices. They've been muzzled and for too long, right? Dino and you guys both have crystal skulls. And they're just so amazing. And I didn't realize that they have consciousness until I saw Dino's. And so we're just calling for the releasing of their consciousness, of their voice, of their muzzling, of their throat chakra, like their whole entire beingness. The matrices to be released, to release them from the matrix and from the sonar frequency rays. So they lost the ability to choose their own free will at some point. So we just helping them to return to where they would like to go and be cleared and cleaned and energetically released and freed and forevermore. And so it is. Aho.
Aho.
Yes, me too.
Thank you, Wendy, for mentioning the galactic skulls. I didn't even know.
Never would have thought of that.
Yeah, well, when they want to be heard, they speak through me sometimes.
I should show you what mine did.
Thank you. What'd you say, Dino? Did you see him do something? What?
Well, I'll show Wendy when we're done what mine did to get my attention.
Oh,
yeah.
He has a mind of his own.
Yeah. Wow.
Here we go with the clearing thing again.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And I'm being told harmonize. I'm hearing this as a song of the Lemurians for the land.
Oh.
It's giving me the chills. Thank you. That was beautiful.
This is really, really very precious. And I have to say, I'm really, really glad that I survived my life to be part of this right now. And I can see why things have had to happen a certain way. So I just want to be really grateful and just be really grateful in my heart right now, just to be here with you both and all the people that are going to watch it or have participated or continue to participate, and all those that are freed and all of the beautiful energies. And We call for restoration and reclamation and perfect measure of justice and mercy to all those beings, returning them back to unconditional love and violet flame, where they be transmuted and transformed back into source, reabsorbed back into source. They be on their way back to source. Yes.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Wow. Thank you, ladies.
And so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you both for such beautiful work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you for
Such
being
a
available.
privilege. That's how I
Yeah.
feel every time we do something. No coincidence. We all met at the time we did for a reason.
Right?
And thank you, Nilesh. Thank you to Nilesh who brought us all together.
Right? If he
so-
had made that decision, if he had not made his decision to step forward to go and do that session when he did,
Yeah.
so many of us would not be connected and doing the work that we're doing now. So
And Sophie and Phil, you're absolutely right. They brought us to the group, and you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, so
I think old Philip all the time. It's like, oh, if he hadn't have seen my post that one day, I wouldn't have met any of you. And it was just a fluke that I posted something one day. And he said
That's
he
what you
normally
think.
never
Oh.
answers. He normally never answers people's posts. And it was just a
No.
weird, it was just meant to be.
yeah,
So
beautiful work.
Thank you.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
Sarah, I love you. Thank you for
You're
like
welcome.
thinking to invite us to do this work. And I just love this beautiful triad that, there's a power in three. It's the pyramid.
Yes.
And so that's what we were. We were just a force to be reckoned with.
and that's who it was supposed to be today. That's the other
Yeah.
thing.
Mwah.
All right. Mwah.